work are kind of like, it feels like they should be good together, but what ends up happening is that you build 4-stars anyway to deal with the Clockwork Cogs, and then you've got a great answer to the Razor as well. It makes the 4-star really, really valuable. And overall, I just prefer IG's draft. So yeah, I'm going IG as well. That's 3 for IG. Not looking good for Sparkling Arrow Gaming, but hopefully they can prove us wrong as we throw it over to our casters for this game. We've got a miracle of the Chinese Dota casting scene. It's B-Cop, and a miracle he's still getting hired. It's Mo Farah.
Prepare for battle.
I totally agree. What
was that about?
It is a miracle.
I was like, I was stretching, I was getting ready to cast, and this guy just throws me under the bus. What's that about?
You know, it's I wouldn't say it's deserved, but I'd be lying. So, you know, I'm excited for this one. A little emo void spirit action. Should be fun. I actually thought Kaka was going to play the Nyx Assassin, and I was getting hyped for that as well, but then they last picked the Hoodwink. It's another contender in the who could play the best 4-position Hoodwink in China. So I'm interested to see it.
This pleases me to no end.
I'm still upset. Give me a second.
All right, no, take your time, get yourself together. I can give you all game if you want.
Go through me.
Yeah. I don't know. It's rough. It's rough realizing how right Nomad was. Yeah, so fly on this Luna. Trying to buy some time here for you, Mo. I'm doing my best. Holding on to some great gold cosmetics.
It's really boring when there's no Pudge in the game and they don't fight at level 1.
Yeah, they smoked through on Sparking Arrow Gaming and they got a ward down on the cliff, but other than that, it wasn't first blood into another kill before the horn.
So, how are these lanes going to go? We have Wyvern Mag against the Luna Hoodwink lane. Okay, so they want to put the Doom against the Dark Seer. Obviously, you can devour the creep that the Doom is Iron Shroud. Sorry, the Dark Seer's Iron Shroud. Be interesting to see whether the Dark Seer uses the Iron Shell on the enemy creeps instead.
Denied.
Would make more sense, right?
Yeah, or you can just, like you see, he's using it on the Clockwork instead as well.
Nothing.
I don't mind this. I don't know if Nyx has taken mana burn at level.
Work, but it's XCJ who's on the Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, 4 clock's definitely still a thing sometimes. Yeah, I think this game especially, it's fine to give it the farm priority. Up against, like, you know, the panel we're talking about versus the Luna. I think versus the Nyx as well, especially, it feels really good. Getting on top of these heroes early on.
Or at least try to land those hooks, get in, hook shot through. We'll see what Kaka could do. We've seen a lot of control come from these Hoodwinks early on that makes such a difference in these games. But up against this Magnus Winter Wyvern, how much are you expecting from the Hoodwink in this lane?
Yeah, it's quite difficult, isn't it? I'd be interested to see whether Magnus cuts down that tree just to the above him right now as well, to stop the bushwhacks coming through from the Hoodwink potentially. Yeah, there you go.
Feels kind of similar to when you'd see a tree in somebody's lane and they cut down all the trees pre-horn.
Yeah.
To like make sure
so
that
annoying.
tree couldn't really do anything in lane.
We should say as well the famous emo void spirit that we saw so much in the major final against CG. And the famous question mark game as well.
And of course he's got the new ultra rare cosmetic.
Of course. He's also laning against the Razor though, which isn't very fun. Look at that, it looks so good.
It does look good. I'm surprised you're saying it looks so good. You're not really a cosmetic person.
No, I'm not, but there are some cosmetics that they're just good, you know? Like, you have to respect them.
JT, you know, a lot of trouble. Battery Assault and the Cogs. First blood there for Whitehorse.
They just start cutting the wave now. I think they do.
Denied.
Yeah.
And with a team like IG who are kind of, I would say, slumping a little bit, and SAG with a team full of guys with experience, This could certainly turn into a pretty close matchup. Maybe not one that looked like it should be so close on paper when you think about where the two teams have gone throughout the GPC year. But SAG, they've gotten themselves a couple of experienced veterans that could lead this team to potential victory.
Yeah, they're a good team. You know, don't sleep on these the other teams in this tournament that aren't necessarily the top of the tier list.
Cream of the crop.
Yeah. I guess they put in an okay performance last series.
Yeah.
But the Pudge is just unbeatable. Can't blame them. Just don't look at the other games
in that series. Yeah. And I said it in the last SAG series. It's just me repeating myself as Ollie goes down to the Ion Shell of Son Goku, which was on Whitehorse. But you've got ZYD, you've got XCJ, even Son Goku, the artist formerly known as June. He's there to really give you that experience. And I'm wondering who the shot caller is on this team. That's the one thing I'm interested to hear. Wish I had that information. I wonder if it's MS or if it's ZYD.
Who knows, honestly? It's yeah, like you say, it's really difficult to know.
Son Goku getting chased. Scorched Earth doing a lot of damage. This might actually end up turning into both if they're not too careful. There's one. JT goes down. Ollie maybe looking to trade. Get the impale. He'll land it and get the kill onto the Darkseer.
That feels so good for the Knicks. He's level 4 at 4.5 minutes into the game. That's it's pretty wild for him. I mean, the lane, obviously, top hasn't gone that well for them, considering this is the lane they chose as well, right?
Yeah, they swapped for this.
And the other big thing is this Razor's doing really well made against the Void Spirit. Obviously, Void Spirit, it's impossible to win the lane against the Razor, but you don't jungle very efficiently like someone else who could just leave the lane against the Razor. Oh, Wyvern.
XCJ in trouble. One more shot needed. And there it is for Fly. And going back to speaking about mid, it's it is another matchup against a very strong big name in mid in Emo. ZYD is someone people haven't seen for a while. He hasn't played on a team in a good long time. Good two-man impale coming through from Ollie, but it won't keep JT alive. It's well placed, but not enough.
Yeah, this lane's so scary at this point when the clock's level 3, the Darkseer's level 5. You have such a huge amount of damage. Nice vac into Cogs as well. That combo. Love to see it. And yeah, I was going to say about the Void Spirit before as well, that, you know, the lane's not great, but at least you can make rotations and things afterwards, right?
Emo forced to use that Astral Step out, and ZYD really taking the top part of this matchup. Bushwhack, skewer from MS. Fly though, gonna get one. ZYD comes to rotating, goes after Kaka, and will get a kill onto the Hoodwink. Okay rotation there from ZYD to get his first kill on the board.
Yeah, good rotation from the good play from the Luna though to just TP out. Realizes there are no stuns. So it's a good rotation by the Razor, but you know, you only kill the Hoodwink and you still lose your mag, right? So it's still pretty good for IG overall. Yeah, the Void Spirit's able to have some time mid before the Razor gets back as well.
Sorry, I keep harping on. I just want to go back to that point with ZYD. You know, he played for you-know-who, which was kind of just a put-together squad with a couple of guys who have been in big situations before. He played with Blink, he played with Ice. But, you know, then he was playing with Serenity, who, after that TI, really didn't do much. So it's good to see him have a chance here up against big mid players. And now a two-man stun coming in from Ollie. I'm talking about ZYD trying to pump him up. And can he get anything out of this to get the kill on Ollie? They'll go over Kaka. It might just be 3. Emo goes down. Kaka turns for a second. The cold embrace is there to save ZYD. A 2-0 in favor of SAG. IG still looking real shaky.
Yeah, you can't sleep on this Eye of the Storm in the early game with it reducing armor as well. Like in these longer engagements, it's so difficult to fight at this level 6 mark because the Eye of the Storm really chips away at you. JT might be in trouble again.
Yeah, he's really struggling against this combination. like you said, this is the lane matchups they chose.
I think it comes back to those that first death though on the Doom really sets him back. You know, if the first one, if he doesn't die the first time, maybe it doesn't snowball quite so much out of control. But this top lane, yeah, really getting quite crazy. I mean, Doom's net worth is still okay, but you expect him to be doing a bit better. Oh, not again!
Oh boy,
Holly almost dies to the Razor.
Doom used on the Razor. We'll see if JT can catch up. Fly TPing a little bit far back, but into the trees goes ZYD. I'm not sure he'll have the jukes here, and yeah, Fly is in. Kaka takes the kill though with an acorn shot.
Agents of the void.
Oh, they want Son Goku.
And they'll find him. Emo getting that kill and finally moving off the mid to find himself his first kill on the board.
Yeah, that's a really huge kill for him because he really needed that gold boost as well. He's starting to fall behind a lot, and all of a sudden,
oh, XCJ
as well.
He's dead to Emo. Ends up being a double kill for him. You said he liked the gold injection of 1 kill. Well, how does 2 do it for you?
Yeah, and where this Razor had been absolutely destroying him in net worth, all of a sudden they're like basically
Neck and
level.
neck. Yeah.
Because the Razor dies top and the Emo voice spirit gets 2 kills. And we're going to start to see the power of the Luna soon, where she just starts to flash farm. I like the panel were talking about how you know, people like this Darkseer pick against the illusions, right? Obviously, it has its merits, but I think they let it through on purpose. You know, Effie was saying about how teams often ban it out a lot against when they have like the Lunas and the TVs and stuff, which is true. I think they had a plan for it, right? They have this Nyx, which is very good against the Darkseer. They can go for this Doom straight away as an answer to the Darkseer as well. And although the laning stage didn't go that well for them against that hero, it feels like their game plan overall is still okay. You know, Darkseer, one of the best Doom targets in the game.
So what does that force, you think, from IG in this situation against this Darkseer? Like, are there any specific builds you're going to be going for on any of these heroes? Is he always the Doom target for JT?
Yeah, I mean, the problem is if you don't Doom the Darkseer, he just surges them away.
Right.
So I think he has to be the main Doom target every fight. But then it's also a little bit difficult because they have the Wyvern save as well, potentially. So there's, you know, there is lots to think about.
Is War Stomp the spell that you want to stick with, though, or do you think you might want to be going to something else instead of War Stomp come later in the game if you can't do the Darkseer?
You can get the Purge creep as well, is pretty good, but it's not easy to find because there's only, you know, 1 small camp on either side, basically, well 2, I guess, from the mid lane as well. But
Radiant structures are fortified.
If he could get that, I would say it's almost worth maybe doing another target if he's got the Purge spell, right? So.
Yeah,
it's
the thing is with the Purge as well, it's not even just about the Iron Shell and the Surge. It takes off in power as well, right?
Yeah,
which is really good this game.
Shot ended up missing over bottom.
I mean, often though, a lot of the times the stun duration is more value anyway, right? But we'll see how it goes. I mean, we've seen Luna Doom cores already this tournament, and it hits this point in the game where it starts to slow down, and they just outpower farm you. Right? Like the Luna with the Glaives, the Doom with the Devour. I don't think, does Doom have Midas? I didn't check, but
he's going for it. Or at least last I checked, he was going for it, and he's almost got it. This isn't exactly the fastest Doom game. He's not at the top of the net worth, but he will jump up there with that Midas, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Once you get those items online, you're quite happy taking this slow tempo. It's chilling out a little bit.
Dagger for the Magnus.
I will say as well, I think the Mag 3 hasn't looked fantastic this tournament. And in general, I don't think Mag's looked amazing. But that hero is still, you know, very good.
Hmm?
Sharpshooter misses.
RP?
Is this a kill?
I don't think so.
They lost vision, so... Oh, good push rock dodge.
Oh, Eclipse coming down on XCJ. He's in trouble. Winter's Curse, but the kill's still there for Kaka.
Yeah, big kill. And now they can look to push this top bot tier 1 as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I
attack.
very much doubt SAG will be looking to come down and defend this. Lunar Blessing, such a crazy ability, by the way. Like, the fact that you just get 1,000 night vision.
That is a lot of night vision, too.
On top of the bonus damage that you get for your whole team is so crazy to me. I really think that's going to get nerfed, that vision aspect of the skill. And even if you just, like, tweak the numbers a little bit.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, easy. Easy stun.
It just feels like 1,000 is so much. Like, it doesn't need to be that high.
And that's the thing, right? A lot of the time when the Lunar players, even if they're free farming jungle, they don't max glaives because the max blessing feels so good and it helps you, like, see if people are coming to gank you and things during that first night time.
Power.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Remnant locking up ZYD, and well, Emo grabs that double damage.
He's going to get the arcane. Oh. Yeah, he had the DD from before still. Like, this game was so close like 2 minutes ago in net worth, right? And all of a sudden it's a 5k net worth lead for the Dire.
With a good winning stage from SAG. Hook shot. Sharpshooter used. That's going to break the clockwork. They've got the Aether Remnant to lock down Sun Goku, and with that double damage and the Arcane Rune, Emo's got an opportunity to kind of do a lot.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Assimilates, still runs. Bushwhack hits on AMS. Lose the Nyx Assassin, but they get the kill in the darks here.
Yeah, I love the get down Mr. President play from the clockwork though. Just tanks the bullet.
Radiant's middle tower
Ooh, did
is
they?
under attack.
Yeah, they must have caught that, right?
Yeah, I think so. Blue has
Must have
TP
caught
though,
that
right?
smoke.
That's a shame. Luna's so far out of position, but they can't punish her. Feels really bad. And you have to worry for this SAG side that, you know, their cores don't scale massively well. So if they're 6k behind at 15 minutes into the game, it's not looking great for them.
It's not going to just get easier for them with time. They need to win fights.
Yeah. And they are trying to take fights like that skirmish bot just then, right? But yeah, the Emo gets away and the Luna and the Doom are just farming the whole time. They're just falling further and further behind.
He did use the smoke, and MS, he's going to break it, walking forward. But I don't know if Emo's really that scared. He's got the Aether Remnant with it Assimilate, the Bushwhack thrown forward. Kaka, Sharpshooter, Cold Embrace. And, oh, Winter's Curse. They had the Sentry down, which they should have remembered with the Sentry being taken out before. There's 2 Sentries down, and Ollie's going to die here to MS.
Ollie just tried to go for the Vendetta hit to finish off the mag, but
tunnel vision
forces the white. Well, it's fine, right? Because it still forces out the curse and whatnot, forces out hook shot, so it could be worse. It's not like it's the end of the world. Oh,
Lucid Beam, MS.
Oh,
he's going to go down to Fly, getting
Radiant's
caught.
bottom tower is under
that's a
attack.
big kill, that one. A lot of XP to the Luna as well.
Radiant's
A
bottom
lot
tower
of
is
experience
under
going the way
attack.
of Fly, who is very close to a BKB. He may not feel comfortable fighting 5-on-5 at the moment, but he gets that BKB and he'll be ready to go.
Yeah, they're going 4 staffs on the Dire side at all as well. Doesn't look like they've got any.
Kaka's
but
going
it's a
for the 4
Razor.
staff. But he's only got the fluffy hat.
Right, okay. Because obviously against the clock and the Razor, it has a lot of value.
I believe Nyx Assassin's building one too. Nyx Assassin. Spike Carapace Impale. Now Ollie is in trouble and dead. ZYD getting credit for that.
Yeah, they've got the Razor BKB now, so they want to use this timing on SAG. Try and force this down. Grove bow for the Luna every time. Nice. I feel like I've said Grove by Luna a lot of times this tournament.
Dire are
It's like
scanning.
Chip Vest Axe.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Double damage.
Okay, so Ollie actually switches off Force Staff and now will commit to going to the Yules. But Kaka still looking Force Staff.
Yeah, I think the Nyx Yules is still really good though as well, because you still get that purge, right? Which is nice. Sets up for the stun really well. And it's kind of a pseudo force in the sense that if the Razor tries to link, you can just use him up in the air if he's not BKB'd.
Radiant structures are fortified.
That being said, Razor does have a 9-second BKB ready to go.
It fills me.
Luna's going, Luna's going Hurricane Pike.
Oh, Grove Bow. Yeah, I don't mind the Hurricane Pike. This game, like we said, the Force has a huge amount of value, and especially against the Razor, you know you're going to be the one that gets linked a lot of the time. So having your own Force Staff is really, really big.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Nyx Assassin moving forward. ZYD. He's spotted by Ollie. They just don't have a sentry in a spot where they could have seen this Nyx Assassin. Bushwhack and the damage coming through on a White Horse. But Ollie's going to die to the Winter's Curse. That comes through the vacuum into the wall. That's going to land on a Fly as well as JT. It's the wall that lands on a Fly. The vacuum also pulls JT back in. And MS, who was looking for an RP, actually stops it in time. And into the air goes White Horse. He's in trouble. Clips used. They'll get the second kill as he bought back already. So he's dead for another 54 seconds. Killing spree for Fly and a 9k lead for IG overall. And right after that, Fly just TPs towards top and gets out of there to farm.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right. They'll find Emo.
Good kill. But now without the RP, what can they force, right? I mean, Dire don't have BKBs, so they're not looking in great fighting shape themselves either.
I think they're kind of okay with Luna finishing off this Force Staff.
Yeah, I think so. And they get the tier 1 though on SAG, which is really good. So good pick off for them. I mean, for that other fight though, when the clock dies, it's really hard for the Radiant to like find their entry, right? The Mag blinks in to tries to find the RP, but it didn't really feel great. At least it gets the Luna BKB forced.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you start to chip away at this lead though? What was once a 9k is a 7k.
What's funny is the Doom's 0-4-4, right? Like, it's not even like he's having the most amazing Doom game. He's just been farming the whole time.
Yeah.
With this Midas, with Devour, and look at his net worth. You know, who cares, lane? I win game.
And you just need that vision, and then you'll definitely win game. Because vision win game. No shard yet for Fly. Probably. I mean, I'll assume it's next.
What surge is this?
IG smoked up, and Son Goku, who'll be spotted. Link with the Infernal Blade. They've got the Bushwhack Sharpshooter, not even needed. It does get shot the way of Son Goku, but they get the kill, and it's Ollie who gets credit for that one.
Yeah, they didn't even need to commit the Doom either. So, question is here, you know, do they look for the top tier 1? Do they? I think it's a little bit early for Roche. The lineup doesn't really take it that well. They could go, I guess, but
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
They could just force going for this tier 2 tower top.
yeah, they could, for sure. I think with the Darkseid dead, like we've said, he's such a key hero for this game that it's difficult to defend without him.
They put some pressure on for a second. Clockwork. Winter's Curse, MS. He has RP. He'll use it. That's on 3. Skewer back out of the hands of Fly, who's trying to help out. They use that hook shot. They get the kill, though, on a White Horse. And they've got the static link coming up from ZYD with the BKB being popped. They get the kill on MS. They'll take out JT. So Doom's dead, but the right click's coming in from Fly. He's really not been stopped in this fight. Oh, the sharpshooter! XCJ goes down. Emo gets the kill. Ollie ends up dead, and they still take out ZYD. Kaka survives with a sliver of health. And Darkseer
Radiant's middle tower
not going to be next, as Emo didn't have an Aether Remnant to follow up on that Yules, but they do come out ahead on that one, a 4-for-2.
What I love is that the Razor basically ignored the RP and ran into Link for Luna at the same time. If you watch back, and the Luna
got the replay here. Yeah,
she just carried on hitting any watch. Like, so the RP goes, and then Razor just walks past and links to Luna, and Luna just carries on hitting anyway. He doesn't care.
And then Firefly, for a duration of that, wanted to TP out. He started to TP there.
It's just so crazy that, you know, Firefly's able to just get linked the whole fight and they still just win the fight because on the RP there's no follow-up damage. Like, they've used Curse already, they've used RP. The Darkseid wasn't quite in the fight yet because I think he was respawning. So the RP just basically doesn't do anything.
Yeah, despite it being a good RP on 3. But that's the setup that you get from the Witcher's Curse, right? So you're using Curse to set up another lockdown spell, and then you don't have much lockdown to give afterwards.
But that's just the problem with the damage output if the Darkseid's not alive.
Right. We're killing MS.
I think.
Radiant's middle tower.
Are they gonna? Oh, they want the 2-1 bit. Okay. I
think they can do both.
Yeah, they can do both. For sure.
The question is, do they want to? And you see the way that they're posturing. They want to play aggressively. Emo goes in, hook shot. All right, hits the Dark Seer. Probably not the target you were going for with the BKB pop by JT. Now he's going to be hit with that static link. Good though, used by Ollie, and that'll keep ZYD away. They get the kill to Son Goku. They'll go for a 5-5 with the BKB pop by this Luna. Now turning the damage out onto the Razor. They've got the stun. They'll get the lockdown and the kill onto White Horse. 3 heroes down on the side of SAG as IG still come out unscathed. That's wall down, so all used, not really getting them anything, and they'll take the mid tower too. This is turning into objective where IG aren't really being stopped at all, and they're not faltering, going for each one.
What's the Luna have coming out in the career?
Dire's bottom tower is under
Crystals.
Right, okay.
This is the laning stage wasn't clean from IG, and I will say that. And I think that's one of the things that if you're going to look further into this and the moment you're in right now, it's something to look towards going later into this. It's not only this series, but you know, the next one that they have. But from a certain point, IG have looked really crisp.
Yeah, they've looked really good. I think it's so much easier for them to take their fights, and they're always finding the initiation, it feels like, as well.
Right.
Clockwork's just farming for the Darkseid. This is proper support gameplay.
What do I do now? You stand there. Yeah. Just make sure my ion shell is close enough. Oh, okay. Blink Infernal Blade with the Lucent Beam and White Horse. Hook shot won't matter.
Did you see from Ollie though? Yeah, and Ollie and Emo, they know he's dead and they just look for more straight away.
XCJ. Oh, he's gone.
Wow. Emo not checking the wand.
Is under attack.
Oh, they're gonna go Roche though. Are they? I think you do, right?
You definitely can.
Yeah, they're going.
$14K lead. Have the damage. You've got this Chrysalis on Firefly. You can get in there and take yourself the Aegis. Oh, they're gonna go. Look at the RP into the vacuum wall. On the 4 on both. That's a kill on the Emo. They've got the Winter's Curse to follow it up. They're gonna try and get the kill here on a Firefly. Can they even kill Firefly? Yes, they can. They'll take out Kaka. Thanks for doing all the work. We'll take Roche. Wow. 4 heroes gone, and SAG swipe it and then some. Wow.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Incredible. I mean, great initiation by Son Goku. Finally, you know, SAG, they find the initiation into the fight themselves this time. They're the first ones to make the move. And what a move it was.
Now let's see it again.
This is what we were saying, though, about the Dire side. They don't take Roche particularly quickly. So although they really want to take it, it's quite slow. And it gives SAG time to get to the pit.
I also think it was slow, but it was only more so because there was the non-committal.
Yeah.
You had just Firefly in there for a good chunk of it, and then you finally bring in JT, but
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And because they killed the clock, right? And then do you remember they spent time trying to chase the other heroes as well?
Yeah.
Whereas maybe if they just moved into the pit straight away, they could have killed it. It's difficult to know, you know, in hindsight it's a wonderful thing, but 50-50 win probability now apparently to Gaben.
cut the net worth lead by a lot.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This Doom does have 4k net worth spare, so he's getting to that Shivas here.
Mirrors of my delight.
Man, just what a play. Really impressed by that. And that comes from the fact that they've got this blink dagger, the Yags on the Dark Seer, so he's able to blink BKB and get in there with a 4-man vacuum wall, immediately followed up by a 4-man RP.
You have to remember though, that's the perfect case scenario for SAG. I mean, if they hit that combo ever again this game, I'd be surprised. And that's genuinely the best thing that could have happened.
Ollie. Looking at Son Goku, Kaka here, and there's the impale. Not going for the vendetta shot. Do they have the damage to get the kill before the rest of the team comes in? Yes, they do. Sharpshooter, Kaka kill.
No buyback as well.
XCJ. Infernal Blade, Bushwhack. He's gone.
Oh, he's got really early shard on JT, I think, on the Doom.
Oh, there's the Doom. MS is gone. You give it right back. What's that 50-50 at now?
Bottom tower is under attack.
I honestly think they can force this high ground until the Magpie's back. They obviously need to be worried about this Wyvern when he comes back alive, but who cares about the Aegis when there's 3 heroes dead? They have a ward down, set up and ready.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Power of Luna. Here it comes.
Only when you get on the racks.
I know. That's why I said here it comes. In the future.
So they're just fighting before the rest of the team's up.
Yeah, hookshot use cogs. Alright, well, not the best hookshot cogs combo there ever was, but they've got the wall down. Ollie on the run ends up dead, and Emo getting some space between him and the side of SAG. Bushwhack, sharpshooter, maybe too far. Spirit Vessel, he's gone. That's the first life, and the rest of the team is still running. They don't have hookshot to catch up.
Yeah, you have to be so careful now, though, because you know he doesn't have that second life. I mean, great fight for IG overall. Yes, they don't take the buildings, they don't take the racks, but you know, they get the Aegis out off of the Razor. They only really lose the Nyx, which is fine.
Almighty money.
And now the game's kind of back to where it was again before the Roche.
Just about. Was 14k before that point. Now you've got a Daedalus on Fly, and we've seen the damage output he can have. Got everybody up for SAG. We'll see if they can pull off the perfect combo again.
Yes, I'm pretty sure this Doom has a really early shard. Do you remember we talked about this last game, how Nothing to Say didn't get it before on the Doom until like he basically 5 or 6 slide. And when they were chasing the Wyvern, he was level 15, which I know NA maths is a bit difficult, B-Cop, but it is a multiple of 3. So yeah, he got stunned for the extra duration.
I don't know that math, and yeah, go for it.
Do you want to know a Mo Farah top tip, B-Cop?
Sure.
Do you want to know how to know if something's a multiple of 3?
Sure.
Right, if it's like 27, for example, you add the 2 and the 7 together, makes 9, which is a multiple of 3. So
is under attack.
You had the power.
Getting the kill there on XCJ, and Mofar teaching some North American Common Core math.
I'm here to help the people, you know?
It's true.
Invisibility.
Now back to that 12k lead. Smoke used here from SAG. They're going to try and make something happen. As they're going to move forward, potentially off the back of a hook shot that misses. But now the hook shot comes through. Son Goku vacuum wall into the RP once again. They're sending the kill on the Firefly. They'll pick out Ollie, and Firefly will follow suit into the grave. Despite the botch on the hook shot, SAG still make it work. And that is no Firefly for 90 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, SAG completely set up and ready, and IG definitely not. Again, it's all about who gets the jump first. SAG, they find this RP, instantly 2 heroes dead. Oh, he was cutting the mid wave.
Oh. Normal punch.
Jet
MS.
so
Hook shot. Nicely done there by Whitehorse. Cox Stewart into the rest of the team. He gets a 2-man stun coming through, but he's hit with that static link. He's trying to run. He's trying to hide, but he can't do so. And Jetpack's always fun to watch. Ooh, they're going after Emo now. They're going across the board trying to get these pickoffs.
Yeah. Trying to get as most out of the time that the Luna's dead, right? They wanted to be able to push mid, but with Emo cutting the wave, kind of takes that out of the equation. Another maths word, B-cup, sorry. I hate learning. Jesus.
Equation. Soon you're going to be starting to talk about long division. Hook shot coming through over mid on Akaka.
Did he not have, oh, he didn't have mana for cogs.
Ollie. Stunning. MS. Kaka can't exactly fight into this. Vacuum into the wall. That's not what they really wanted to do, but ZYD's going to go in with the BKB on the other side of the fight. They've got Emo making something happen. They get the kill on Kaka. They'll take out Ollie. Full support stand on the side of IG. Double kill for ZYD, who is now dominating.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It feels like they're bleeding kills. They haven't been 5 alive for ages on IG now.
Yeah, 5 alive and together, that's for sure.
Yeah. He's sitting under a ward on Emo as well.
Oh, they got him. RP. And Emo get out of this. Is he that good? We'll go to the Dissimulate, who Astral step back behind the tier 2 tower. They don't have hook shots, so they cannot follow that up. However, Roche only 13 seconds away.
Is Emo good enough to escape on Void Spirit? Can he roll his forehead across the keyboard?
Dire's
what a hero.
I need to learn my forehead rolling.
You run your forehead across the keyboard and you're halfway across the map on Void Spirit. It's just the way it goes, especially with Shard.
Okay. See if I can put that together one of these days.
Next time I open up your stream, you're just smashing your forehead against the keyboard. I'm excited.
I just did it before. I don't know if production saw me just like lean my head forward, but that was me rolling my head on the keyboard. This was once a 14k lead, and then back down to an 8k, back up to an 11, 12k, and now back down to 5k.
Yeah, it's because they bled so many kills though, right?
Yeah.
All in a row. I would say when the Void Spirit gets level 25, I think the game gets a lot more interesting for IG. Because when having that Dissimulate stun is really strong.
And Emo's really proficient on this hero, but we don't see Void Spirit that much.
No, not at all.
Yeah, he's kind of fallen off as a mid choice.
We sometimes see it a little bit more against Puck, right? Because you can have the Yules into the Aether Remnant. So it's kind of like good hard catch, but it goes both ways because the coil against the Void Spirit's really good as well. Mm-hmm. And did he just take the tome? I think he did.
I was watching that because I was just about to mention it because you were talking about how you really want him to get to 25 and they're pushing that issue. They really want him to get to 25 and that's why he's split pushing too, right? He's by himself trying to get solo experience, clean up these waves and get to level 25. Second Roche has been alive for a while and neither team has really shown the urgency to want to go and get it. Hook shot, Cogs. Ooh, bushwhack on the jetpacked Clockwork and the double force staff. Ollie, he escapes.
And I really think the tier 4 items this game are going to mean a huge amount because like if you get something like a Spell Prism on the Void Spirit, his game completely changes with how much like he can do in fights. And there's a refresher on the Razor. Now I know like Envy and some other players when they played Razor they'd go for like this BKB refresher build. Obviously the Razor stopped off for an SNY and a Shivas before this time, but the refresher is so strong on this hero. Ever since they changed the BKB minimum duration for 5 to 6 seconds, when you get refresher now, you're effectively getting an extra 2 seconds of BKB, right? And you get the double eye of the storm as well. It's incredible.
They're gonna go to the hook shot. They're coming around. They're looking for something. Son Goku, he pops the BKB. They've got themselves the impale as well as the sharpshooter. That's gonna get the kill on a White Horse. Emo behind them. The Doom out onto the Magnus. He's hit with the Aether and they've got the control. They get the kill on the MS. And ZYD trying to make something happen. The Aeon just gets popped on Son Goku. They'll pop the refresher. They'll go back to the BKB on ZYD, but he does not want to commit to this. Force staffs forward, trying to catch him to the Razor, and they just cannot close ground.
Great initiation by JT
Radiant's
though.
middle tower
Finds the mag in the
is under
backline. I thought he was going to doom the Darkseer, but taking the RP out of the fight. And there's the Spell Prism, baby. Emo.
This game just got pumped up, and he just hit level 25.
Yeah,
And he didn't take the Dissimulate stun.
He took the crit, did he?
Yeah, he took the 160% crit.
Oh, interesting. I love how that, you know, he hypes the things up as casters so much, and then they just don't happen anyway.
Yeah, I just kind of say words, try not to guess.
Sean has fallen to the dark.
Immortality!
And having the Aegis up against this big RP, which has been their like massive problem on IG, all of a sudden, you know, you don't have 2 RPs available, but the Luna has 2 lives.
Are they really doing this right now?
What?
Radiant's
I
middle
say
tower is
just because I
under attack.
hate it. They've given the shard to all people the hoodwink.
I think everybody else probably has one, right? I mean, the Nyx's isn't that great.
Nyx doesn't
Radiant's
have
middle
one.
tower has fallen.
I guess, yeah, the choices are slim. I would have the Nyx's over the decoy. I just think decoy is so bad.
Yeah, but the Nyx one's pretty awful as well. So it's like Nyx or Hoodwink. It's like, oh, great. Which turd's the shiniest?
Timeless relic for IG.
That's a really good Doom item. They could probably give it to Nyx as well, I think would be really great.
I like the spider legs on Doom, that's for sure. Sharpshooter misses as SAG are leaving the base and wrapping around. They're wrapping, but they're not committing completely. Spell Prism and Octarine Core. So, Aether Remnant on a 9-second cooldown.
What's the Astral Step cooldown?
Charge restore time is 18 seconds.
Oh, good, good.
Resonant Pulse is...
I think that's without the Octarine, though, and the Spell Prism, I'm pretty sure.
Not sure.
I don't think the tooltip changes, basically.
Dire are scanning.
Because that would be... I mean, tooltips in Dota are historically one of the greatest things. Oh, Emo just goes in.
Yeah, Astral Step looking to land the Aether, and he gets the silence out of the Darkseer as well. So Witcher Wyvern, the Sharpshooter, comes in, and Sun Goku, who's still just standing here, waiting for somebody to come over and go into the vacuum wall. And it's going to be Flyfly taking a lot of damage, and he'll blink over towards the Luna. They go over and get a kill out on a white horse. Flyfly with Eclipse down. MS going to pop the BKB. They've got the Inferno Blade that's on the Darkseer. And now popping the Aeon Disc for the Doom. It's out onto the Magnus. They also doom this Darkseer. He dooms himself, but I don't think he really cares about that. The Lucid Beam comes through into the Darkseer. They get the kill on the Son Goku.
Is Mag dying?
Except for 82 seconds. Mag.
Radiant's middle
Oh.
tower is under
Just in.
attack.
Wyvern ball back.
Yeah, Wyvern ball back and dies to Emo.
I mean, that DD on the Void Spirit just went to town there on the Wyvern at the end. With the crit talent at 25. The obvious choice.
Dire's
yeah.
bottom tower is
Get
under
straight through.
attack.
Anybody who thinks otherwise is questionable.
That'd be pretty dumb, wouldn't it?
A normal punch.
Oh
But now
my
they
goodness.
turn it around. The damage coming in on the MS. It's the normal punch, but then the Nani coming in from IG to turn it around.
Radiant's middle
Just
barracks
rip
are under
apart
attack. Radiant's
MS.
middle has fallen.
Every time you normal punch, it should be like law that you have to use the Arkosh voice line as well. Yeah, exactly. And without the Wyvern here, the fight's going to be really difficult. The Mag has buyback, and he still has RP, but the Luna has Aegis, right? So
Radiant's middle tower has
Ancient exposed, Flyfly low, Aegis goes down on the normal punch. They pop the BKB on CYG. They've got the Static Link on a JT, the Lotus Orb, trying to keep CYG safe. Flyfly outputting some damage on the MS. Hookshot comes in and across Flyfly. They still have the RP. Normal punch once again. They've got the Dissimulate right on top of the RP. It's on a Flyfly. The damage from the illusion is going to be enough. Yes, it will be. Flyfly dead for 99 seconds, but the Aether Remnant hits the Dissimulate is away from Emo. Mules up into the air. Sun Goku trying to catch up to this Void Spirit. Dissimulate once again. again. He's got a lot of options to choose from. Goes to the high ground, gets the silence. Astral Step, Aether Remnant, locking down ZYD. Shockwave not going to hit, and he'll go to the other side over to the mid lane, but they've got the Winter's Curse that lands onto the next assassin. The normal punch comes up from Zunkoku, and Emo still able to Astral Step away. Ollie, 4-step vacuum back on the 2. The Shockwave hits on the Kaka, takes out his life, and they'll kill off Ollie.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I legitimately, it feels like Emo doesn't have any cooldown on his spells. That was ridiculous. There was a really cool play that fight where the Magnus was trying to set up for the Luna on the Aegis respawn, and the Emo just jumped in and caught him with the edge of the silence just before the RP could come through. And they're going to try and force this mid. They're going to try and get the Luna buyback here. I think that both the supports are going to have to buy back at least.
Oh, we'll see. Astral Step, Aether Remnant, pulled Embrace to heal up MS.
They don't push that fast in comparison, right? Like the Mac does decent damage.
Doom out on the Razor, and now in trouble, and Emo's going in. He's going to use that to simulate to be right on top of that ZYG. They'll get the kill onto the Razor. He's going to be dead for 100 seconds. They've got the Doom out on MS as well. They get the kill on the XCJ. That's going to be 2 dead now, make it a 3rd. Unstoppable for JT, dominating for Emo, and 3 heroes, no buyback on the side of SAG.
Oh, an arcane rune.
That's the O? An arcane rune.
Yeah.
Oh.
Honestly, I mean, they're just going to run down mid, right? They know there's no buyback on the mag in particular, which is the huge one. Oh, he got the cleave talent on Doom. Let's go.
It's the only talent you should be getting. Oh, well. BKB Popeye Son Goku. Simulate back, and now sending out that decoy. Very obvious and real hoodwink there. Looks like top of the Aeon disc, but now they've got the Lotus Orb and the Yules up into the air. They've caught themselves a clockwork, and he's trying to jetpack back into the base, but he won't be able to do so. White Horse died, so did Son Goku. Full team wipe for IG, and game 1 going.